Happy Friday, everybody. I know it's like almost the end of June and I haven't even made one or any BL or gay or LGBTQ plus videos, and I apologize on that. I always get to this part of the year where I'm like, I've got all these ideas and then never get to do them just because I'm busy or I forget. I'm very forgetful. But this is the time I'm actually going to do this video where I talk about my favorite toku ships. And do please remember that this is like obviously my own opinion and also my own ships as well as other people's ships. But just keep that in mind. It's my own opinion. Let me live. I was going to do a video talking about LGBTQ actors or characters in the show, but there are already so many great videos about it, like this one here that I will put in as a tagged video. But this time I wanted to do my own version in another funny way. There's another one I want to do, another video like this, but today this is going to be my favorite ships so far in Toku. And I know there's so many and I probably won't be able to get through all of them because I have a list of like 30 here already. But they're LGBTQ plus specific ships. And if you don't like it, it's my opinion. You don't have to listen to it. And there's going to be some interesting ones in this list. But without further ado, and not in favorite order, let's just start at the top of this list. And that, of course, is the Shoma Hanto ship from Kamen Rider gavv. And let's be honest, that was pretty much a confession, right? The episode where they get through their issues, they talk to each other, they understand each other a little bit more, and Hanto says, hey, I like you. Well, some translations, it's I like you, or I'm fond of you. But like, come on guys, that was a confession. It was on the BL road, it was on the confession path, like literally physically and mentally and emotionally, and it was just so good. They learned to accept each other. Hanto was definitely the maiden and the damsel in distress in that show, which is confirmed by Sachika's actor themselves, and the actors always accidentally say that they're lovers or boyfriends. It's just the cutest shit. But also, like, let's be honest, throughout the whole show, Hanto had no real interest in anybody else other than Shoma. And Shoma kind of the same. And they have kind of discussed or hinted at that Shoma is kind of a trans allegory. Even though you may not agree with that, it's very clear, especially in the movie. And they trust in each other so much all the way through, right to the end. Though I do think it was a little queer baiting, a little bit, because they kind of hinted at it and they kind of confirmed it with the confession. And then after that confession, they kind of fizzled out. But I still think it's so cute. I still ship these two so hard, and I know a lot of other people do too. Next, we have the latest one, I think, actually, Kiki and Cotto from gavv Infinity. And if you haven't watched this show, please go watch it. It's the cutest thing. But also, I know people are a little iffy about it because of like Super Sentai not being here anymore and then gavv coming in to replace it. It's a huge thing that they're trying to take on. And to be honest, I think they've succeeded more than they failed in gavv, but that's for another video. Now, Kiki and Cotto, gavv Luminous and their helper, and genuinely, these two are the cutest. They met at school, they became friends, and then maybe more. They always talk about each other so lovingly, they always want to be there for each other, they want to support each other, and in the latest episode of gavv, we found out that they actually were competing together for the role of Luminous. And unfortunately, Kiki got it, Cotto was very supportive, and we have actually had a sort of confession. Several episodes back, they had an episode where Kiki got overtaken by a ghost, and with this ghost we found out that their love, Kiki and Cotto's love, is the same compared to the ghost and their lover's love. And they are a heteronormative couple, but they said, your love is the same as our love. That's basically a confession and a confirmation that Kiki and Cotto love each other very much. They are soulmates, they are lovers, they are lesbian, confirmed all the way through. And especially after this episode where spoilers. There's going to be a lot of spoilers in this video, but in this latest episode, we see their extent of their love, where one is willing to sacrifice everything for the other. And we hear that the other fights so that they can protect the world that the other lives in. And they both would sacrifice so much for each other. And we get them to do the thing I've been wanting to do for ages, but it comes with a massive cost that we weren't really expecting. But that's the great thing about this show. It really twists and turns on your emotions, and with only like 4 or 5 episodes left to go, we just have to accept what has happened. Hopefully they come back and reverse it or fix it, but it is just proof that their love is pure and their love is true. So, Kiki and Cotto, gavv, love you. Next, of course, we cannot forget about this, is Taya and Shashiro from Boom Boom Jo. I have not talked about Boom Boom Jo enough in the last couple months, so let's talk about Taya and Shashiro. Their love is so interesting. I shipped these two from day one. They're very similar to Marvelous and Joe, so I'll bring those two again into this conversation. Both of these ships are the red and the blue together from Sentai. Red being the leader and blue being their right-hand man, but never have I had such a team feel so much like, I guess, a polyamory relationship, but I genuinely think that Joe and Marvelous and Taya and Shashiro genuinely have this soulmate love that nothing else can beat. And people may say that it's like one-sided for them, but genuinely I think it's so pure and lovely. They fight for each other, they really trust in each other, and I think in like in the manga for Taya and Shashiro, it's literally said that like that Shashiro loves Taya, and I'm just like, that's too cute. How can he not love these two? But also, Taya will look into his eyes, into Shashiro's eyes, every single time he walks into the room, and he can tell if he is real or not. And that's how that episode ended, with them being able to determine that one wasn't the real Shashiro. I just think, I don't know, it's so pure and lovely, and they fight for each other, and they really care. Some of the reactions where Taya faints or Shashiro's taken, like, it's such a pure reaction and I love it. So, double ship. And for Marvelous and Joe especially as well, they just, I don't know, it's so cute. And they fight for each other and they trust each other. I know you could say that maybe this is just like a team thing, but I don't get those vibes with anybody else in the team really. And with these two ships, immaculate. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Let's go to one that's recent as well, and obviously a lot of these are my own opinions, with a lot of the fan base actually agreeing with me. But for example, this next one is Fujimi and Nox from Kamen Rider Z. And you may be like, Kezza, what? But hear me out. Old man yaoi. I think these two are really, really cute, the way that they like fight for each other, and especially in the last couple episodes where Nox is going through his almost depression arc, wanting to go down with the ship because he knows he's done so much wrong in the past and knows that code is so wronging. Fujimi is willing to run into fire for him. He is willing to run into gunshot for him. And when Nox has said, I am not going to be part of this world anymore, I'm not long for this world, Fujimi runs after him and tells him and begs him to come with him, to trust in him. If it's a bromance, then it's a bromance. If it's a yaoi, if it's not a yaoi, why are we here? People may be unsure about this one, but for me, it's just pure old man yaoi bromance. It may not be gay, but it's definitely a bromance. Now for one that's almost like kind of confirmed, it is Mark and Chase from Kamen Rider Drive. And you may be like, Kezza, this has gone too far now. But hear me out. It is being confirmed that these two kind of had vibes for each other, but apparently recently it's been confirmed by the actor that, all by the manga, I have to check, but Chase was actually bi and wanted a date with Mark. Like, you can't say it's not real. You can't say it's not real because the actor and the manga or whatever have confirmed it. So Chase is bi and wanted a date. So take that as you will, but it's confirmed. Mark and Chase, real. Now, I'm going to pause the video here and just say, if any of your ships haven't been said in this video, let me know in the comments down below and I'll come back and do another video with some of your confirmed or wishes for ships. But there's so many left to go, so keep your answers waiting a little bit longer in case we do touch on them in a second. Also, don't forget to subscribe and follow and like the video, so I know you guys want more of these. Okay, back to the video. Let's go on to the next one. How about that? We will go with a bit more of a controversial one maybe to start off this next part of the video. We have Kyrie and Kajiro from Lupat. Now, this one might be, again, as I said before, a controversial one, and I definitely think that there's a more of a bromance thing. People are worried about the ages. However, I think if I'm right, Kyrie has graduated, and then a year later, so he's about 19, 20, and Kajiro is in his like early 20s. They don't really confirm, but the fact that I have to like confirm that kind of says a lot. I think there's definitely more of a buddying rivals bromance here that isn't necessarily confirmed gay or confirmed anything, but that it's, as I said before, more of a buddying rivals to a bit more of a bromance between two men who understand their differences and become closer because of that. I still love the show. I still like watching it and enjoying those bromance moments. Though saying all of this, we do have to remember that this is actually the only show that we actually have confirmed connection in a physical capacity. The actors definitely shipped them. So the only evidence that is really needed is the fact that they kissed live on stage. Yeah. That I think is the main evidence for this one. Even the actors think that they should have kissed, and they did kiss. So yeah, it's a ship for a reason. Though that it could go either way with that one. So I'm gonna let you decide what comes up with that one. But that one always gets fans kind of like up in arms because it's a little bit of a touchy one. But anyway, let's go on to another one, which is kind of sorta confirmed. Kind of. This is where the queer baiting really starts. We have Sakura and Aguilera from Revise, and if you haven't seen this one, it's a very good show, but it is surrounded by a little bit of controversy because of different things. But let's go back to what this video is about. So Sakura and Aguilera are two females who are going around the show, and they get very close to each other. And it's very interesting because everyone is like, yes, this is gay. This is a relationship. And even the show kind of confirmed it, because in Pride, during their year of the show, they did a post with both Sakura and Aguilera together saying Happy Pride. What do you think that means? Sakura and Aguilera in a post together on Pride saying Happy Pride with love hearts and hugging. Like, it's pretty clear that they confirmed Sakura and Aguilera as one, and they have a really cute relationship. They are kind of at odds in this world together, but they learn to grow together and become one and trust in each other. But then after that, they start writing them as a sisterly bond. After posting a picture of them together for Pride, saying Happy Pride in a lovey-dovey pose. But no, we're sisters! Okay, Toei, doing the post just for the month and then going, nah, actually, you're wrong, says a lot. So this is the first time where I'm like, hey, the queer baiting is definitely there. I know there's gonna be loads of people in the comments being like, actually, Kezza, there's no gay in this. There's no gay in this. They don't write gay because they're not gay. And I repeat this quite a lot. If we look at Tokusatsu, of course, it's run by a very old Japanese company. Of course, they're gonna have their own opinions, and the people up top are gonna be like, we are not gay. We don't do that here. But the writing is so gay. The writing is so bromance because of the other audience that there is confirmed to be watching. The bromance, the BL fans. And that was because of Cougar. And that is when the rise of this sort of like gay writing kind of came about. So, in other words, chat, if you're one of those people who's like, this is not gay, shut up. Because it is very gay. Have you seen some of the writing? Have you seen some of the relationships? Have you seen some of the scenes? Have you seen some of the directing? I'm thinking of the table scene in gavv. But yes, back to Revise Sakura and Aguilera. This, unfortunately, is very much a queer-baited relationship, where they, like gavv, pushed for this sort of relationship where they hinted at it, they wrote it, then they had these moments like the table scene, or like the post on social media saying Happy Pride. But then quickly after that, once they had the audience, took it away and said, no, they're brothers, no, they're sisters, no, he's not gay. So this is another one where it's like a controversial take of queer baiting for sure, unfortunately. Come on, guys, let's be honest, that's so lesbian. It's ridiculous. And the fact that you put it in to Girls' remix saying like, oh my god, no, she's my sister. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Take away our joy. Anyway, let's go on to another ship that I have. And I have not talked about this enough. And we're going to go back to Dom Brothers. Let's talk about Dom Brothers again. Let's go. Now, this one is a definite soulmates, rivals to lovers show. Because have you seen these two? They meet each other like destined lovers. One on the side of Romeo and one on the side of Juliet. Two lovers who cannot be. And they do. They go against adversity. They try and make it work. And before they find out they're not meant to be, they're checking out each other. Like, did you see Senoi checking him out head to toe? Damn. And they actually find a lot of comfort in each other. They learn to talk to each other. Like, Senoi teaches Taro so much about the world, but they learn about white lies from each other. And there's their character song, which is them saying that nobody knows the truth behind the moon. The moon is such a specific element of the show for them. How even though the moon shines so brightly, the moon doesn't actually glow. It's actually the sun shining on. So the moon is a liar. Now, this is where media literacy comes into play. And a lot of people don't have media literacy skills. This, for them, is that one of those history moments where they're like, history said they were best friends, but actually they were lovers. And this has happened so many times. So with this one, I'm just gonna say, watch the show, look at it, feel how upset they are when they forget each other, and look beyond the writing. And I don't want to say too much about any of these relationships because there's spoilers for sure, but Senoi and Taro from Dom Brothers, definitely a ship. Now, I think we'll do 2 more because this video will go way too long. And there's so many ships that are LGBTQ in this community. And I'm sure I'm gonna get so many more people being like, what about this ship? What about this ship? What about this ship? So we're gonna need to have them in another video, but let's get into it. The last 2. Let's go. The next one I'm going to talk about is a very interesting one as well and is debated a lot of the time, but I don't understand why it is. We have Himino and Rita from King Oja. Of course I'm going to talk about these two. Rita themselves is a very interesting character. They have been debated through the whole show and even to today as to whether they are non-binary or female. And let's be fucking honest, they're non-binary. They're non-gendered. The director literally says this. You cannot debate it against the fucking director and writer, guys. But yes, Rita is non-gendered, and to be honest, what a king for her. But then Himino is very different, very feminine. But a lot of the time, they are very interested in Rita, many a time. And people may think that that's her, like, scheming or trying to find out more information. But genuinely, I think after a certain amount of time, they definitely find interest in each other. Himino will buy gifts for Rita without even being asked to, but just to give them some love. They created the show of Mafon's show for Rita. Like, guys, Himino goes far and beyond the pale for Rita multiple times. And even in that episode when Himino calls upon everyone to find someone to marry, they go through all the other men and they obviously have a thing for Himino. But Himino's not the one that they end up with. And you could say that Rita doesn't end up with them either. However, they are the one that they dance along with the best and the most. Obviously, Sebastian comes in later to go against that and try and work out what's happening. But Rita's already on it, Rita's there, and Rita actually really is trying, like, a little bit more harder than the others, I would say. It's definitely trying. So, I just think these two are very cute. I think there's so much discussion about everything between the two of them. But I think the non-binary character with the female character, I think it's very LGBTQ coded, and I wanted to add them to the end of this. But actually, let's have another pair that is confirmed lesbians. But this time, we are going over to the Power Rangers. We have Izzy and Fern from Cosmic Fury and Dino Fury. And yes, of course I'm going to talk about these two in the end. Confirmed lesbians and Power Rangers? Who'd have thought that would happen? They are literally confirmed. You cannot deny that they are not together. They literally say, this is my girlfriend. Like, even Izzy ripping off the skirt just to prove that they aren't just your typical female. They have girth. No, but you get what I mean. That they have depth. And there's so much more to Izzy. Obviously, they were able to confirm that because Power Rangers in the Western world will be able to talk about that a lot more. They talk a lot more about Western ideologies, of course, because it's Power Rangers. It's not really Tokusatsu. It's not really done by Toei. But that's okay. But it just proves the difference between Japan and America. That's not a bad thing. They're still able to do it. But Izzy and Fern are confirmed. They even are almost able to kiss, which is maybe something that needs to be looked at because why didn't they kiss in Cosmic Fury? But like, they are literally the most confirmed in the whole list. Like, you cannot deny them at all. Really, can you? But that is a list of some of the ships that are LGBTQ. Wait, what? I didn't talk about Build, you say? I am dressed as Build, aren't I? Oh my gosh. Maybe I can say one more, if that's okay. Okay, fine. Banjo and Sento from Kamen Rider Build is one of the beautifulest relationships in the shows. They're just so good for each other. Even at the beginning, I'm like, they are soulmates. And even when everything is against them, even when one is going corrupted in their berserk form, Banjo is there to save Sento from the get-go. Sento and Banjo, even though they've had hiccups throughout the whole show, they will believe in each other. And they try to save each other so many times. It's so cute. And that is a good relationship where not everything works out, but it's one of those relationships that you're like, oh yeah, relationships have issues. Relationships have like back and forth. And again, though they don't confirm it in the writing because it's an older company who have their beliefs, there is so much to be taken away with the media literacy skills like some people obviously are missing out on. Well, at the end of the show, spoilers obviously, but this is kind of general spoilers. When they save the universe and it gets kind of like reverted back, Banjo is split in two. Banjo and his girlfriend reappear, right? And you're like, oh, that's so sad. Oh, I can't believe they've done this to us. Banjo is with his girlfriend again. Then you turn around, Sento turns around, and Banjo is there without her as like a separate entity. And he's just, like, he's not with the girlfriend anymore. He's there looking for Sento. Like, you cannot make this shit up. It's so cute. But like, everything for Banjo and Sento is this gorgeous, just like turnarounding of like a, wow, they need each other. And there's a reason why people claim this as the best BL. And even in the panel I did with the Carmen Dude and Alpha Kings 123, it is said that like if you take away all the Tokusatsu references, it's a BL. It's just genuinely, people know it as that, and that is why it's probably the best BL ship ever, and hence why I'm dressed in it. There are so many other ships that we haven't even touched on, but if you guys like this video, please let us know in the comments down below. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. And if you have any other ships you want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. But I'm glad I got to talk about my favorite Toku ships before June ended. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one, and happy Pride. Stay safe. You are loved. See you later, guys. Bye. BL Dada.